It's Hot 97, #1 for hip hop. It's TT Torrez.
Bobby Trent shaking the block on a Friday.
On a Friday night, and it is a takeover with our special guest, NLE Choppa, back to the show.
He's in the building.
Yay!
Right.
The last time we spoke, it was via Zoom in the height of the pandemic.
So I wasn't there for that day. That was one of the days that I missed for whatever reason. But so you farm?
Yeah, I've tried to get into it. It was like around the time a snowstorm had came through. It had knocked like a lot of the plants I was forming, trying to grow.
Okay.
It had knocked them out because I ain't had nobody to cover it up.
Are you a vegan?
Yeah, I'm vegan too.
That's right. A friend of mine cooked something for you from out here one time.
What was his name? Art?
Yeah.
That's my
from
boy.
Jersey City.
Yeah, he's too hard.
Yeah, he's been trying to cook for me too. He showed me.
He's
I didn't
vegan,
realize.
by the way.
Oh,
yeah, I'm vegan. I'm alkaline. Yeah.
Alkaline vegan.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, it be hitting different.
We got different energy right now, too, me and you.
Yeah.
Just because of that. You know what I'm saying? It's big.
I'm pescatarian. I'm trying to get 100% vegan, but it's hard. I don't do the dairy.
You wanna know what's funny? Everybody say that though. Like they be like,
they always
I'm
go to
not
that,
vegan,
right?
but I'm pescatarian.
Yeah, because I feel like it's like the path to vegan. It's like, okay, in my brain, right? It's like, okay, it's a healthier version, but it's not vegan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, I'm sure you follow Dr. Sabi. He says if it got a head, you can't eat it.
Yeah, for sure.
So it doesn't matter if it's a fish, a cow, a chicken. You know what I'm saying?
What type of seafood you resonate with?
But I understand where you're coming from too, because
I only do like whole snappers. I do sole. I like sole. I try to do like whole grains and like what's that? Is it pea pasta? Chickpea pasta, stuff like that. So I've been experimenting with all different. I do the I like to make my vegetarian lasagna with the vegan sausages and stuff like that, and carrots and.
I mean, it's just you for sure doing right.
It's a journey.
You'll get there for sure. It's just I ain't gonna lie with seafoods though. Like a lot of the fish, they carry so many parasites and stuff too at the same time, and they real high in mercury. That's not good for the body also. So, you know what I'm saying, but any type of thing you do to challenge yourself is always better because it's just letting you know, like, boom, you can challenge yourself to do certain things, like. So when people do say they're pescatarian, you don't never knock them down for it because at the end of the day, to them, to that person, it's a change. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly, because a majority of my family is obese. They're big people. And I grew up very poor, and I think when you're from this environment, they don't put a lot of resources in the hood, farming and stuff like that. And so... we had like it's the trap. We had pork and beans and franks every night. We had like ramen noodles and stuff like that. And I feel like, and it's so expensive to eat right, you know. And now just looking at my mom, she in her 60s and she got a lot of health issues, and I know that's from diet. And my father-in-law, he's 93, and he completely changed over his diet, and so it has no health issues. So it's like it's also a systemic issue in our communities. It's definitely systemic.
Also informational, because something you said, a lot of people think that it's expensive to eat that way, when it is if you're going to eat out. The restaurant's expensive, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to hit on too. Also, like, I feel like with being vegan or alkaline, you know what I'm saying, that's where discipline plays a part in it anyway, because the immune system is not made to eat like 3 meals a day anyway. You're really supposed to eat like 1 meal a day at the safest. You're honestly supposed to eat like once every few days. Like every 3 days you eat a meal, like have a big meal in moderation. I implement fasting a lot because I just know, like, the same way I have a brain up here, it's the same way you got a brain and immune system that tell you when to use the restroom or when you have to throw up or stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying?
So you do intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I do fasting. I be trying to do it a lot while I'm on the road, which it be kind of harder because I'm moving here, moving up. But when I'm settled, I'm implementing fasting. And mama be like, "You skinny enough?" I be like, "It ain't for to lose weight. It's for like
she be
when
looking
I turn
out.
60 and 70, I'm gonna still look this way. I'm gonna still
look good. Yeah, I love that about you. I liked you more from our last interview, man. I felt like you are maturing as a person and as an artist. Like when you first came out, you know, when I would watch your videos, you know, it was just all turned up 24/7. And I see your transition as a person as well as an artist. Yeah. And I know that's probably kind of been, or maybe it hasn't, a hard transition for your fans. How have they been taking this new person that you have become?
In the beginning, they was kind of uptight with me. They was like, wait, you ain't dropping no more murder music or stuff like that. You know, that's how they took it, because at the end of the day, that's the part they knew. That's how they know me. That's how they was introducing me, and the first impression is what, you know what I'm saying, lives with a person longer than anything. So, but that was at a time where I was still trying to find myself. I've implemented balancement in my lifestyle to know, like, it's cool, it's okay to venture off and get them what they want sometimes, but also give them what they need. So that's what all I've been working on is, like, balancement, like, separating entertainment from my real life. Like, in real life, I ain't out here trying to do none of that stuff that I rap about no more. Nah, it'll be crazy with the position I'm in. I got a daughter and a son on the way, so
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It'd be crazy to be living, you know what I'm saying, when I'm rapping. But it's okay to sometimes give them that, because at the end of the day, that's you just being grateful for how you came up.
Yeah.
Treating your dark and using your dark for light.
But that's important. Like, I really hope people watching this video understand what you're saying.
A lot of people don't.
But they have to, because we're at a time and culture where your generation is dying
for sure.
rapidly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Here in New York, we have a problem with the drill, with the killing music, and they really feel like they have to live what they're rapping about. And these kids, particularly here in New York, the last, I don't know if you heard, have been crazy, wilding, shooting each other, killing each other.
Yeah, I'm hip. I'm hip on the New York scene for sure.
And it's like, I love the fact that you are speaking about it. Because, like me, trends, you know, people that have been in this game for a long time, they don't want to hear that shit from us. They like, yeah, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But you using your influence and your platform to say, yo, I make music about this, but my life is this.
But at the same, I just feel like at the same time, as I'm saying, like in my past, like there was the stuff I was doing. Like, you know, that's how I was acting. There's a lot of shit I rapped about, I either seen, did, or will do. So, like, I feel like that's where a lot of people just get caught up in that mix from. Like, I just feel like it's cool to a certain extent. Like, boom, it's never cool, but, like, if that's your environment, if that's what you living through, you know what I'm saying, and you don't know no other way, you know, you got to do what you do. But once you get in the shoes I'm in the position I'm in, where you can change everybody's life around you, I mean, yeah, rap about it, but don't always be invested into that. Create balancement. I feel like that's one of the things that's going to separate me from a lot of the people in the generation that I rap with. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect or anything. I just feel like that's what's going to put me in that category that's, like, untouchable, because at the end of the day, I know the grip I got on the youth. I know it. Like, and a lot of people do know it, but I know the influence more so than just the grip I got on them. And to be able to do anything I can to make sure that they making their mama life easier, because I ain't make my mama life that easy. Yeah. So I know how important that stuff is, the little stuff is. So any way I can give back, give any type of knowledge or anything, that's what I feel like is most important, because, you know what I'm saying, right now, I might not be some of these kids' favorite rapper, but 20 years, 10 years from now, they're gonna be like, that nigga was talking that shit. Like, he really cared for the upbringing. He really cared for the youth. That's what his main concern was. And
you got a big platform.
Yeah, huge.
I gotta ask you, but like, and I don't know if it's too personal, but what was the bridge that changed?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I was just in my lowest. I just realized a lot of stuff I was doing was out of pocket. I shouldn't have been doing. I was 1 billion streams up, still doing stuff behind guns and stuff. Like, it just wasn't right to me, and I knew it wasn't right to myself. And it got to the point I questioned everybody around me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I look at it like, damn, how niggas letting me go out here and be the nigga on the front line when, you know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be here first about me. Yeah. I just analyze my situation, my circle, and at the end of the day, I analyze myself because that's all that matters in the end. And I ain't gonna lie, I was just at my lows. It got to the point to where I ain't want to be here no more. It was like
your soul felt different.
Thing.
Yeah, your soul felt different.
My soul wasn't really there.
Yeah.
I was like,
started to feel dark.
But also,
real dark.
Like, so did you become a vegan before that, or
no? After everything happened, like the whole transition happened after.
But you know why I ask? You know why I ask?
Why you say that?
Because the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I always just, you know, I was young. I was 16, so. Of course, the energy was going to be there more so, but it's like throughout the years when I really got introduced in the industry, like a lot of people, if you really follow it was like me, you would see like my energy just wasn't the same. It was just getting real. It felt like, you know what I'm saying, when you get a fruit and you just suck all the fucking juice out of it, it feels dried up. So in the midst of all that, I realized why I was going through what I was going through, because like I said, a prayer to God, I made an oath with him before I blew. And not only did I have a strong relationship with him, I was able to really make an oath with him. And
that's
I told him, I said,
love that.
Yeah, on me. I was like, put me in a position to where I can be in this negative energy of this music industry, but make an impact.
But make an impact. And that's God's favor.
For sure.
You know,
like that, not to get deep, but you got to know, sometimes God put a favor over your life and you don't really understand it at the time, and you have to go through the darkness to see and understand the favor he has over your life, man. And you may not understand it when you're young, you're 16. Then all of a sudden you get in this position, the money start coming, and your life start changing, and you questioning like, damn, why me? And then you don't really know, but then God will send little things your way to continue that. Like, you're like, sometimes you think, all right, this is just coincidence. And then he do something else that surprises you, and you're like, nah, like something really going on.
What's crazy was like, it was when I was in the middle, like after I made that oath with him, I told him like, put me in this position and I'm gonna change, I'm gonna make sure everything good. Like a few weeks later, I blew up. I ended up blowing up. I went through like the toughest week of my life before I blew up. And I just realized once I blew up that God was working for me, but that's when the devil started working overtime. He implemented stuff like money, you know what I'm saying, jewelry, drugs, women, all the stuff that I wanted, but nothing I needed. And that's when, through the whole process of me blowing up, that's when I felt at my lows, because I had everything I wanted, but nothing I needed. And there was just this one day I sent a prayer to him. I'm like, Heavenly Father, why I feel this way? Why this question? I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is it I'm doing wrong? I got everything, why I feel this way? And he came to me as myself, because I feel like that's what God does. He don't come to you as this holy dude.
Yeah.
Like, he come to you as you. He like, my nigga, you remember that prayer you said? He was like, you ain't been living by that prayer. And after that day, like the next day, I said I was going to do better, and I found meditation. And that's what opened up my whole mind and everything. And ever since then, I just been living, trying to be on the same path of that prayer, that oath I made with him.
I love that. I love that. Let's just give that a round of applause for a second. I love that. It brings so much joy to my spirit to see that, and to know that, you know, you can have the best of both worlds, man, if you just give it the right balance.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? Let's talk about some of the things you're doing. Because I love the messaging you're putting out with women. I know people saw the headlines, NLE Choppa making a BBL pill, stuff like that. But take all jokes aside, there are a lot of women, especially young girls, who aspire to just look like what they see on Instagram, you know, and they think, okay, let me go get some injections. Let me go up to the Boogie Down and get the girl from the hair salon. I know mad chicks that did that. And I used to be like, girl, you wildin'. Like, you just gonna put them things in your butt and not know what's in there?
I just feel like this day and age is different. Me and my baby mother, we was in Target, and we came across a children's book, like, and it was named something like, I Don't Like My Body, or something like that. And a little girl in the book ended up changing her body, pretty much getting her body done throughout the book. It was a children's book, like, for a first grader to read. Like,
wow.
You know what I'm saying? Second grade. I swear to God, she took a picture of it. I can show y'all afterwards, but it was like in the kids section. I was like, bro, that's crazy. And what a lot of people don't know within the surgeries, like for every 3,000 of them, a person dies. And it's more than 3,000 that happen a year. It's like over like damn near close to hundreds of thousands surgeries that happen a year. So imagine how many people die a year off that. And I just wanted to be the person to do something natural, give a natural product to make sure that happens for people that want that. Because at the end of the day, people glorify an African body. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to the roots of what the Africans do to get that body, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's the best way you can help.
So is it in progress? Is you growing?
I got 3 main ingredients. It's one fennel, another is fenugreek, and one of them is akpi powder. Akpi powder is what creates like the thickness inside of it. I feel like I just need one more ingredient. I work with a herbalist also to make sure like if we can even improve something or if we should take something out. So, you know what I'm saying? It just be me and my boy Lifewave. He a real good dude, and we just go back and forth, piggyback to see what we could do to make it better and better. But it's pretty much there. It's there.
Okay. Bring some samples the next time you come. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try the little samples out there. Get these little hips cracking over here. Let's get these little hips going on over here. NLE Choppa's in the building, everybody. Let's talk about the music. So on Instagram, you said you wanted to put this song out, but you didn't want people to think that it was about NBA YoungBoy, right?
Or just a diss.
Or just a diss in general. Is there beef there?
No, I don't beef with nobody. Like I said, I live in peace. I live in love. You know what I'm saying it's never nothing with me.
Yeah. So when his fans come up to you, because I know I saw that video circulating, you handled it pretty good.
I mean, it wasn't his fan. That's what people took it as, because one of the people that was recording after the fact made it seem like that. But initially, he was a fan of mine. That's how he came on. He just felt I was ignoring him, but I had earphones in. I keep earphones in because like I like to just, I don't know, I just like to listen to music, or I'm listening, I'm on the phone, anything. So initially, I believe he came up to me trying to ask me, like, was I NLE? And by the time I pulled out my earphones, he was like, yo, you NLE? He was like, why you acting scared? And I said, what? And that's the first thing I'm hearing after pulling out my earphones. And I was like scared. And he just jumped at me in a way, and then that's when I just went that way. So like before anything even happened, like I wasn't by myself, but I was walking back to my people, and I was like, I'm just gonna get it popping right now, because I feel like that's the energy I'm receiving. So you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he probably a fan of his music, but it was never like, oh, I'm a fan of him, I'm finna fuck with you. It was initially he wanted a picture, I believe. And I was really about to try to nip it in the bud. I'm like, bro, I was about to say, like, I ain't hear you. I had my earphones in, like, try to de-escalate everything, but he jumped at me. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
taking off guard.
I'm like, damn, this nigga nuts is to his knees. I'm like, this shit is crazy.
And it's got to be hard for you guys on the road and stuff, because y'all can't even take a shit without somebody having a camera in your face. You know, you can't even pick a booger out your nose without somebody wanting to put that on videotape, especially you, because you're so viral. Your music is so viral. Streaming numbers are crazy and stuff like that. And you kind of had your entryway as an independent artist, and you know, Majors was fucking with you because of the buzz you had on the internet and because how big your streams are. Sometimes does that get a little bit annoying? Like sometimes you just want the cameras to just not be on you?
Yeah. Like, matter of fact, after that video, after that little fight, man, I knew I handled business. At the end of the day, I knew what I did was I stand on 10 on my end. But at the end of the day, I don't like the energy. I just don't like it. So when I was walking with them, bro, I prayed. I'm like, Heavenly Father, please don't let this shit get out on the internet. I just don't feel like dealing with it.
Yeah.
That motherfucker went out, though. I was like, shit, probably was just already happened. But like, a lot of the times, I do feel that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas just want to be low-key. I try to be low-key a lot of the times. That's why I probably keep a hoodie on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the life I'm living.
But don't get it twisted. I will punch you in your face and ask God to forgive me later.
Like, for real, you gotta be like that. A lot of shit, I don't be searching for nothing.
Yeah.
It come find me.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, that's why I said when God for them bless you, the devil work overtime. Like, to piggyback off when I said, like, the week before I blew, I was going through one of the toughest weeks, and I ended up blowing up with Shotter Flow. This week has been very similar, and I got a project coming out. Like, this has been one of my toughest weeks for sure.
Yeah, and but that's where that meditation comes in, right?
Meditation, but like deeper than that, I just feel like that's when the blessings come in. Cause like somebody said something to me like, for a diamond to be created, it takes like a lot of pressure and heat. And I just feel like I'm that diamond right now that's being created because there's been a lot of pressure and heat.
Yeah, it's been a lot of pressure and heat and a lot of rumors out there, you know, that circulating on the internet about you. And, you know, I'm glad to know that, you know, there's no beef on your end. It's all love.
With me, no, for sure. Like, it's nothing like that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the type of person I am, you can't beef with me because I am my enemy. You know what I'm saying? The beef is you. You know what I'm saying? How you react, how you move. That's the beef, you know what I'm saying? It's never the other person. You your own enemy, me versus me.
I love that. Let's talk about one of my favorite freestyles from you was the Spot 'em Got 'em.
Yeah, beatbox.
Oh my God. Crazy. Out of all the freestyles that dropped, that beatbox one, you ate.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Like, you walked on that beat to the point, like, let me tell you, my son, you know, he's playing with learning how to DJ. And I heard him play it, and then he running it back. And I'm like, that sound like NLE Choppa, but damn, he really eating on this joint.
Her son's DJs, by the way. He's 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so he kept playing it back, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Like,
that's DJ Matt.
But sometimes, no, I could hear stuff from him, and I'll put it on the radio, because I'm like, nah, if he's playing it back like that, it's got to be something there. Like, with the youth that I need to be on top of. But, like, tell me about that freestyle. Like, did that just come off the dome? Because it just felt like you went in a booth and became Superman with that freestyle.
See, that's the thing with a lot of my new music that I've been working on. I write now. I pen and pad. I don't never go in a studio unprepared. I listen to the beat. I write it all the way through, and I just go to the mic and I rap it while looking at like my energy. My energy. I just feel like, honestly, I feel like that's what, it's with me being on a sober mind that allows me to have the patience to write a song all the way through and paint a picture. Ooh. So I feel like that's what I was doing before I blew up. That's why I'm in the position I am, because I actually sat down and wrote a song. So I've been writing all my music since like I went sober. I've been writing all my music, and it's just been crazy. I got like harder stuff in the vault than that. So like,
really? You know, so there's new project that you're dropping.
I wrote every song but 2.
Wow.
And you delayed it, right?
I'm dropping it this Friday.
Yeah, because of Young Dolph. I saw out of respect for him, you wanted to delay the album. Yeah. How's everybody in Memphis holding up with that whole situation? I know it was hard.
The week it happened, it was tough for a lot of people. I wasn't even in the city. Like, after I heard that, I was like, that's not the type of environment I want to be in. I was in LA for like 3 weeks. And when I came back, the energy felt different, because like I said, I'm an empath. When shit happen like that, you feel it in the air. Yeah. Like, it ain't about your peers or nothing. You just, when I hop off a plane, when I go back to Memphis, I just take a deep breath in, and I know like everything that's going on. I be like, yeah, it's a hot week. Like, everybody dying. Just off me taking a deep breath and just smelling everything in the air.
And feeling that energy.
Feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Was he somebody that you looked up to or admired the music? Because I know he's like an OG to you guys.
Yeah, he an OG. I seen him a few times. We never really like built a relationship personally, but I always admire everybody work who's like ahead of me in a way, in a sense, especially like with the independence thing, you know, little stuff like that. And yeah, for sure, I look up to anybody that's doing well and that's on the path that I want to be on, or you know what I'm saying, path that I want to get going or similar to. So
yeah.
So
let's go back to that pen and pad thing for a minute, because I think that's the art of writing is a gift in itself.
For sure.
To be able to think of those punchlines and metaphors and and stuff like that. And I love going into the studio with an artist and I see them with the old school pen and pad because I know they about to really get it in. They're not in their phone typing because they want to scratch out the lines and like.
Man, I be in the studio. I think the artists be looking at me crazy. Everybody be looking at me crazy. Like I just did a song with Herbo and Polo G a few weeks ago. Polo know that I write my raps, but I just feel like everybody else in the room was looking like this nigga really just pulled out a whole journal and started writing. And like, I don't know. I went in and I killed it though. They was like, God damn, he smoked it. Like, you know.
Yeah. So, that you walked on that Spot 'em Got 'em joint. And Walk 'em Down too. I like that record. Yeah.
I freestyled that one. That was hard.
Yeah, that one, that was really hard. But that was like for single, even though it was a freestyle. It was a joint that we were rocking on the radio.
No, me. I feel like Walk 'em Down. Walk 'em Down, my favorite drop to this date. Like my favorite song that I released. Because when I beat come on, like, Walk 'em Down. Like, you just hit that joint. Oh, God. It resonates with everybody, too. I feel like that's one of my rarest songs that can resonate with somebody that's 60 and then somebody that's 3. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It just make you want to move and dance. A feel good song.
It's the combination of that Memphis soul sound. If you from Memphis, y'all have like a it's like a gospel. It's like I don't really know how to say it, but they have like this soulfulness to the city. Yeah. And that's what that Walk 'em Down joint gave me, that vibe of like you felt that joint, your soul. Yeah, like you hit the drums in the church, like the people, like you know how you go to them churches in Memphis is like that, you know. Who's producing this joint with you?
I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to a producer I signed from Memphis. His name is Beats by Draco. I call him Draco. That man is he crazy like with the beats. Like he produced Youngest to Do It and the other song Never Cuffer. And I think it was one more. But I'm just happy for him because since I first blew, he was sending beats to my pops. Like he used to always send beats to my dad, and my dad used to be in the studio. He was like, I got this beat from this kid named Draco you need to listen to. And I used to always brush him out because at the end of the day, he popped. I'm like, bro, move, man. Like, you don't really know what I like. That's how I'm thinking. I'm brushing him out. And he like, man, I'm telling you, man, it's good. And like, it was like a year and a half. It was like a year later, I did one of his beats. It was called Step. The song was stupid hard. It was off the Cottonwood project I released. But I still wasn't like just really like, hey, send me more Draco shit. I wasn't never like that. And it came to the point to where Draco, he had got my number. I gave him my number one time, and he used to just send me beats, flood them. I used to never listen to him. He used to flood them. And one day I just said, man, I need some beats. And I started going through the beats, and I listened to most of the beats that he sent me in the past and like the ones to now. I was like, yo, this nigga is hard.
You like, damn, like, I done wasted a whole year not listening to his
like,
beats.
He hard. And I told him, I'm like, man, I got a label. You know what I'm saying? I said, I signed 3 artists, and I was going to sign 2 producers. But I made sure, like, he was the first producer I signed because, like, the work ethic he had, like, there was me or anybody else, somebody would have down there stopped sending you beats. Like, all them beats you sent, and you ain't really working with them. They would have probably stopped, and he stuck with it, like, hard. And his work ethic, crazy. I done seen this nigga make a beat with one earphone in his ear. The other one broke hanging off his ear. I'm like, my nigga, how's you getting a full feel off one earphone? Like
yo, that's how Swiss Beats used to come to the radio station. I got a picture. I got to put this on Instagram one day. Swiss Beats used to come to the radio station with just headphones in all the time. And then when you interview him, he will have just one side, like he still listens to the beat, talking in between the breaks. And I used to be like, do you ever take these headphones off? Every time I would see Swiss, he would have headphones on, like a true producer.
That's real passion. That's one thing I look for in anybody I'm working with.
I was going to ask you, when you sign people to your label, you work with them, is that the #1 thing you look for? Is passion?
The drive. Are you going to bug me about being in the studio? Do you like how much you really want it? Like how? And I look at passion and patience. Those 2 P's is very.
You can't teach those.
Yeah, for sure. It got to be in you.
You can't teach work ethic. You can't teach passion, and you can't teach patience.
For sure.
Because people think 10 years is an overnight success. They look up and they're like, dang, you know, but they don't realize you've been in it 10 years before you see a little bit of success. You know,
for real.
I like the P's. It's passion, patience, persistence, prayer.
Yeah,
for sure.
I like those 4.
Yeah, for sure. That's hard.
Yeah,
On me.
yeah.
You just came up with that, or you had...
Nah, Pastor said that to me.
Yeah, that's hard.
Wow. Repeat that. We need to steal that. Patience, prayers,
prayer, persistence. What was you
said?
Passion, patience, persistence, prayer.
I love that. I love that.
Those 5 P's.
So I'm curious. So you have your daughter and then you have your son on the way. What type of dad are you? Are you like the soft-hearted dad, especially with a little girl?
I'm gonna be like this. Like I want my kids to be my best friends, and I want them to be. I want it to be. Man, I hate doing shit like that when you try to reverse shit because I don't never say the words right. I want to be my kids' best friends, and I want my kids to be my best friend. If I said that right, because at the end of the day, I feel like developing a friendship with any situation, like with a girl or with your brother, your dad, developing a friendship before anything is what's important, because they'll let you know anything.
Yeah.
They'll come to you about any problem. You know what I'm saying? Never be too hard on them, because at the end of the day, it might be something that really burn them up and eat them up inside, but they scared to come to you with it because they're not a friend.
Yeah.
So I just want to be best friends with my kids. Like, not too serious, but letting them know the serious stuff is serious, and never whooping them, but raising my voice a little bit when they out of line.
So
like,
you got one and one on the way?
Yeah, I got a daughter, and her name is Clover. And you know what's funny about my daughter? Clover with the the clover, the leaf is associated with being lucky.
Yeah.
And then my son on the way name is 7. So I'm just calling him the Lucky 7. I'm like, come on, Lucky 7.
Little basketball team. Lucky 7s, come on, let's go to practice. But no, I love that. You know, one of the things I always say as a parent is I don't want my son to fear me to the point where he can't come to me when things are difficult.
Yeah,
I want him to always be able to be like, you know what? I don't know how to navigate. Let me go ask my mom or my dad. I also want him to be his biggest advocate for himself. And I think one thing that I learned growing up is, like, I never advocated for myself. I let people put their projections on me and tell me, even like a woman in this industry, I used to allow people to say, well, she's just this or she's that. And then you put into this box that society has laid on you. And so the one thing I try to teach my child is always be your biggest advocate. Even in school, even when the teacher may make you feel like you should be this, in a respectful way, tell her why you shouldn't be this.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And even if you feel like you need a moment to step out of class, to take a break, get a glass of water, or you feel a little overwhelmed, advocate for yourself and say, hey, I'll get back to this. I need 5 minutes, and that's okay. And so that's one thing I really try to teach my children.
Yeah, for sure. They'll always, you know what I'm saying, have the utmost faith in themselves when they act like that or when they move like that.
And have confidence.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
I think in our communities, you know, we go out into the world, it's like they chip at our confidence, you know, and tell us why we can't be.
He's going to get it natural because he watches you.
Yeah, true.
You know, you're his first teacher, so
yeah,
you know, he's going to get it.
Yeah.
He's strong already. I know DJ Mac is strong. Listen, DJ
but
Mac.
You know, that's one of the things that as we're talking about kids that, you know, hopefully people watching, they could pick up and be like, you know what? You know, that's a good jewel. That's a good jewel
he
right there.
He FaceTimes me. He just hits me up. He's just like,
he FaceTime.
Like,
if he saw your number in my phone, I promise you would get a FaceTime for him. He'd be like, Mom, that's NLE Choppa in your phone? Let's FaceTime him.
Like, I got to meet him. We can FaceTime him.
I'm like, no, we just can't FaceTime these guys. Like, he loves it. Listen, I really enjoyed speaking with you today. I could sit here and talk to you forever. You're like one of my favorite people. Like, just in general, last time I talked to you, I'm like, I didn't know much about him, but I walked away from that interview like, I really like this kid. Like, I like him as a person. You have a lot of depth to you. And if you can aspire, like, what do you see for yourself 5-10 years from now outside of just music, but just visualize what you want to become? What is it for you?
It's just going to be I explain it as biblical. I can't really say the word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say, but biblical. It's gonna be, down the road, it's gonna be something like the stuff I'm implementing, the stuff I'm doing behind the scenes, the stuff I'm working on when everybody sleep, the stuff I'm working on within myself when everybody sleep. I just feel like it's gonna run deeper than anything I ever put my energy on, like outside of music, like me as a person, what I do to encourage, the shit I do to help and heal. It's the two things I live by. I just feel like that's what's gonna really set my career as a legend. That's what's gonna really move my career. Like, it's deeper than music with me. It's just being like a helper and a healer. So I feel like 10 years, 5 years, I'm gonna be a billionaire just out the simple fact I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a billionaire out the simple fact I'm gonna give back. I'm gonna be a billionaire out the simple fact I know the type of money I'm gonna put into certain things that will help our communities, that will help, you know what I'm saying, us as a people, us as I'm saying black, melanin, Latino, Hispanic,
black
whatever
and brown
makes,
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even like white people too. I love them people too. You know what I'm saying? We'll help them too, whoever need help.
Yeah.
Like,
but you're about building community and building wealth and
generation. He said something powerful earlier, because he said that he was in a dark place and it brought you to the light. And you've been around certain things that, like certain energies, and wondering why you here. I've been through the same thing, man, because we've been in the music industry for a minute, and I've seen some things. I'm like, why am I here? I pray about things, but then I'm still here. Why am I here? And it's because he gave us a voice.
The platform to do.
He gave us the platform to be popular so people could hear us and listen to us.
Yeah, exactly.
So that helping heal, you hit me right here, now. You know what I'm saying? Because we're on the same vibe. I want to farm. You know what I'm saying? Like you growing stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but I appreciate you here today.
No, and y'all should connect on the phone.
We need to talk. We already got a mutual friend, an artist. So he is a cook.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
cook.
Nice. I don't know him well yet.
If you want to transition, I hit him.
Okay.
Like, he done been in my house cooking before, so I trust him. He a real good, dude.
Good. Well, I love it. And everybody, the project is out right now. Make sure you stream it. And Trend, you're going to get some stuff on.
I'm going to get all these joints on real quick.
So. All right. It's NLE Choppa, everybody. It's a Friday night takeover. And thank you so much for joining us today. Love, light, and everything beautiful for you moving forward. All right. It's Hot 97.